Have you ever wondered why yung ibang mga, let's say, kababayan natin ay hindi sila gumagala, hindi sila bumibili ng mga ganito, pero malalaki naman ang mga sahod. And then, one day, you realize or you knew na meron pala silang mga investment sa Pilipinas and maybe even dito sa Canada. And sa video ito, we're gonna talk about why and how you would achieve that. So, speaking of achieving that, ang topic ng video ito ay frugality. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng being frugal? So, maybe narinig nyo na to somewhere else. But, being frugal is not being cheap. Being frugal is wise spending rather than having impulse purchases or yung mga bumibili lang tayo ng mga bagay kasi it's out of our emotion, it's impulse buying, like add to cart right away and check out right away na hindi mo pinag-iisipan if you really need it. Especially yung mga high ticket items or yung mga items na mahal. So bakit nga ba kami ay frugal? We consider ourselves frugal, kami mag-asawa. One time may pumunta sa bahay namin ng kaibigan namin. She commented na minimalistic talaga kayo, no, ganito, ganyan. Kasi she noticed na we don't have a lot of, you know, yung mga extra furnitures, ganyan. Like for example, in our bedroom. It's just kung ano yung kailangan namin. Ang reason ko din dyan is ayokong maglinis ng extra. Kasi sa bedroom, it tends to collect dust. And sa daytime, hindi ko siya lagi nakikita kasi pumupunta lang naman dun pag natutulog, diba? So the less things or furniture you have in your bedroom, parang mas easy siya na linisan or i-manage, ganyan. Ang isa pang reason kung bakit kami frugal is kami mag-asawa, meron kaming core value. We value our quality time together and also our health rather than, you know, keep on working and working and working and then yung katawan mo ay bugbog na but you just spend that money that you earn on those impulse purchases. Kasi if you trade your time with money, you are trading also your health. Of course, especially kung marami kang trabaho. So, the way we see it is para hindi kami kailangang magtrabaho ng 2 or 3 trabaho, hindi kami gumagastos sa mga unnecessary purchases. Especially kung ang trabaho mo ay may nights, so may salita na nights at saka days. There's this study na your lifespan will shorten kung lagi kang, for example, ganyan, may nights na alternate. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na circadian rhythm. And every night, ang katawan natin ay nagre-release ng melatonin from 9 p.m. let's say to 2 a.m. So, if you're working nights na salitan, hindi yung lahat ng mga shift mo ay nights talaga, yung may days din, yung rhythm ng katawan mo ay masisira. And alam mo ba, ang tulog, ang pagtulog ay para din tayong kumakain. It's one of the basic needs of our body to survive. Kasi when we sleep, our body resets. Everything na na-accumulate mo sa daytime, yun ay nare-restart. Parang computer siya na nagre-restart every time we have deep sleep. Yun, natutulog tayo. That's why sleep is just as good as eating. Just as good as drinking water. Kaya yun yung isa sa rason na frugal kami para yung asawa ko hindi kailangang, you know, mag-double job, triple job, or something like that just to keep up with our unnecessary type of lifestyle. That's why ganun yung ginagawa namin. Because we value each other. And especially ako, I always worry about, you know, my husband's sleep kapag ngayon is ano pa siya, night and days pa yung ano niya. That's why nung hindi pa siya nakakuha ng line na all day shift, I worry a lot and also siya kasi we know that this is really not good for him. We were really praying for that position na mag-open so he can get it. Hopefully, walang mas senior na makakuha. And thankfully, thank God, he got it. And that's why na-relieve din kami ngayon kasi wala na siyang night shift. And then, ang isa pang rason kung bakit kami frugal is we really have a long-term goal. Right now, we are around 40s. I will not tell you exactly kung ano yung age namin. But we are around 40s na. But few years ago, we are already aware of this kind of lifestyle na if we like do this, if we go to this path na bili ng mga hindi kailangan, ganito talaga mangyayari sa atin. But if we do this the other way, na we will be frugal because we will make our long-term goal happen, which we are working on right now. And I'm so thankful that things are falling into place. However, hindi naman natin talaga alam, diba? As long as it doesn't happen yet. And that's why we are frugal dahil gusto namin ma-achieve yung long-term goal namin na sinet namin few years ago. And we are slowly making it happen. And for me, how would you achieve frugality is that ang pinaka-importante is you have a goal. Kasi kung wala kayong vision, or mission, kung ano yung, kung saan kayo patutungo in, let's say, a few years. Talagang wala kayong pupuntahan. So, every day, you're just living for like, what's now, what's here. And then, pagka, let's say, dumating na yung panahon na yung katawan nyo ay ayaw na magtrabaho or gusto na mag-retire kasi pagod na talaga kayong mag-work, you'll be faced into the reality na you don't have savings or you didn't have something planned na walang naghihintay sa'yo, wala kang investment or wala ka man lang bahay na titirhan na sayong-sayo na. For example, in the Philippines kasi you didn't plan. During your prime years, yung mga bata-bata pa, yung mga kagaya natin na years na malakas pa yung katawan natin, desidido pa tayo mag-work ng kahit ilang trabaho. Yung mga prime years na yun, hindi ka nag-plan. So, when the time comes na matanda ka na, kahit na this time is naging aware ka na hindi na rin kaya ng katawan mo. So, that's why planning and having a goal is important. Kasi yun yung titingnan mo. You will be really focused on that plan na kapag may nag-inganyo sa inyo on these kinds of purchases, especially luxury items na hindi mo kailangan, may nag-offer sa inyo ng ganito, ganyan, hindi mo siya iti-take. You will decline on that offer kasi you have a goal and you know na hindi ito makakatulong sa goal mo. And another way to be frugal is to really be mindful with your spending, na aware ka kung saan napupunta yung each dollar na kinikita mo. And my suggestion on how to do this is you have to have, like for example, an Excel sheet or like Google sheet, yung spreadsheet na you will have like a budget, like income, expenses, kung magkano yung income mo, and then expenses mo, and then kung magkano yung natira, kung may savings ka ba, kung magkano na yung savings mo in this account, kung meron kang TFSA, RRSP, or FHSA, yung mga savings dito sa Canada, no, from the government, offered by the government. So kapag meron kang ganun, hindi mo lang siya ini-imagine, kasi pagka ini-imagine lang natin, we tend to like parang sa isipan natin is malaki pa yung income natin versus our expenses. Pero we didn't run the numbers and we didn't know na yung expenses natin ay level lang sa income or maybe even more sa income natin. And so in order for you na may malagay ka dun sa expenses is you have to keep track of your bank account transactions. So kung hindi mo makita lahat ng transactions doon, you can download your statement. Yun talaga yung pinaka-accurate yung statement kung ano yung in-spend mo that month. And you will have to see kung nakapag-spend ka ba ng something na hindi mo kailangan or you made an impulse purchase that month dahil it's for the goals, it's for our goal. Hindi tayo nagdidisiplin sa sarili natin when it comes to this dahil gusto lang nating maging kuripot, no? Hindi ganyan. We are doing this for our goal. There's a saying that goes, a wise person has a money in their head but not in their heart. Kasi money is a tool. If you consider money as such na tool siya, you will use this as a tool so that you will get to do the things that make you happy and the things you value. So by using money as a tool and using it wisely, because of course you consider it as a tool, make it work for you na one day hindi ka na mag-work because you want to spend your life enjoying the things that you want to do. For example, you will spend that savings or you will put that savings into investments. And dito sa Canada, I have one tip for you na if you want to save your money, put it into TFSA or tax-free savings account. If you're not familiar with it, it's offered by the government na yung magsisave ka, instead of putting it into your savings account sa bangko mo, put it into TFSA and invest it there. Hindi mo lang siya ilagay doon just for the sake na ilagay mo siya doon. You will invest that money. And how you can do this is you can either DIY, do it on your own, through, I would suggest Wealthsimple kasi yung Wealthsimple talaga yung nagamit ko na and I have experience with it. And I would say it's good. The app is good. It's user-friendly. And you can also do it with your bank. You can go to your bank or contact your bank that you want to invest into TFSA and then go from there. They will walk you through kung ano yung kailangan ninyo or anong gagawin. Kahit sa bank, meron din siyang parang DIY na ikaw yung mag-i-invest kung anong klaseng stocks, saan, blah blah blah, magkano, or you can just give your money to them and they will do the investing. So sila yung magmamanage ng investment mo. And then I think they will ask you kung ano yung risk tolerance mo. So kung hindi ka takot na invest yung pera mo sa mga ganyan, you will tell them para alam nila kung saan invest yung pera mo. Because at the end of the day, ikaw yung magde-decide kung anong mangyayari sa pera mo, di ba? So that's how money should be used. We should use money as a tool to make us more money. And if you're in the Philippines or you want to invest in the Philippines, meron ding mga ganito. As long as I think you are still a citizen there, for example, citizen ka na sa Canada, I think kailangan mo maging dual citizen. Correct me if I'm mistaken, pero I think that's how I understood that when I did my research na hindi ka pwedeng mag-invest doon kung hindi ka citizen sa Pilipinas, kasi I think they will look for your ID or passport. This is what I noticed here in Canada, and don't feel bad if you are in this situation na people are getting expensive cars like 80,000 worth na car, and then with taxes parang magiging 100,000 na siya, na yung monthly is around $1,000. Like for example, expensive truck or yung mga big SUVs na mga expensive. So if you're doing this and you don't really need the car, which I think only a few really need this car and like really can afford. The word afford is you think na afford mo siya kasi may trabaho ka. The word afford for me is you can afford if you don't have credits or loans anywhere. And then you have a lot of money na yung binili mo ng sasakyan is just a tiny portion of that money. That's my perspective on the word afford. So yun, some people are getting that kind of car na around 1,000 yung monthly. But alam nyo ba, one time yan, my husband ran these numbers sa online calculator na if you had invested this money na binayad mo for this truck for let's say 8 years, you invested that to like a stock and make it compounding, na you will not take out the money na kinita mo dyan sa investment na yan and you just keep it rolling. You will reinvest that money automatically. It will compound, and after 8 years, instead of losing thousands of dollars because natapos mo na yung truck mo, so let's say you lost $100,000. I just draw this number on the top of my head, ha. Do not think this is really accurate. But let's say nabayad mo lahat dun sa bangko is $100,000 after 8 years natapos mo yung truck. And your truck, let's say, has like 10 to 15,000 na value. So let's say you will sell that truck. And then yung 100,000 na nagastos mo lahat, i-minus mo yung 15. For example, so 75,000. You lost 75,000 in 8 years because of that truck. But however, if you invested that money na yung 1,000 per month na binigay mo sa bangko na it just popped like a bubble na hindi mo na makikita ever again, kung nilagay mo yun sa investment, lumaki na yung pera mo. You didn't lose any money, pero may malaki ka ng pera sa bangko. Dahil instead of giving your money away to these banks, you were so wise na you invested it instead. This is one of the things na yung parang nire-recommend namin as an example dun sa mga kakilala namin. Kasi gusto nga namin minsan na pag may plan sila kumuha na ganito like truck, na at least they are fully aware of what they are about to get into. And minsan may iba na nakikinig, pero meron din talagang iba na wala. So we can only advise or, you know, bring awareness. We cannot force anybody. And I guess the ultimate thing na for us is the great achievement by being frugal is by setting a really good example for our son. My son right now, nakikita ko na talagang nakuha niya yung sense kung bakit kailangan mong mag-business, hindi ka bili ng mga ganito, dahil you will use your money as a tool, and so that he will not have to work under somebody or under somebody's business one day, and he will have his own way of making money, maybe passively if possible, para he will have lots of time with his family. Yun talaga yung isa sa goal namin na makuha niya for his own family, for his own future. So guys, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching this video, and I always appreciate that you're here in my channel. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section and like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you again on my next vlog.